Hello. I need to check real quick to see if this is working. Viewing my stream under this. Let's see. Is it working? Nothing's showing up yet. This is my first time trying this. I'm doing it on my GoPro, so I don't know exactly how it looks, and I still gotta set up my camera mount here. If you'll bear with me for a second, we can get the stream started. Let me just point you towards all the Lego that we need to dust and just get ready. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything popping up yet. Oh, there we go. It actually looks good and sounds fine, which is nice. Now, at some point, I would like to get a new, whatchamacallit, for my GoPro here. Let me switch this around. I'm just trying to get my little mount here set up. Sorry if it's boring here. And if you're hearing any feedback, that is because my phone sound is turned on, which I will fix here in a second. I just wanted to have that pulled up so that I could see chat. So let me try and get this guy set up here. Okay, now I got my little mount set up. I just need to find a spot to mount it. As I said, this is my first time using my GoPro to stream, or yeah. So let me turn this down. Thanks, Tabard. Yeah, it's not even started yet. I literally, like 5 minutes ago, just brought this, well, not 5 minutes ago, about half an hour ago, brought this table downstairs to start working on it. I was going to maybe start off with some dusting of these sets because they've been on shelves for quite a while. I have some road plates here, which I need to modify, like based off of Brixie's design, if you know who I'm talking about. And so that I can make some accurate looking roadways and stuff. But first we're gonna start off with dusting, especially like this one, and then after that I'm planning on maybe starting to convert some of these into like Mills plates so that they fit with these, which will also be converted more over to Mills at some point. So kind of got to figure this out a little bit. I'm gonna set you guys down. Let's start. Not many spots I can really hang you from. Let me switch this mount around, and I'm just gonna set it on this box to like $1,000 almost worth of Lego if it was complete, which I should complete one day because it's just a really cool old set that is worth thousands of dollars, and we kind of just have it sitting down here. If you're wondering what it is, it's this little monorail. The monorail tracks themselves go for quite a bit. Let's see if I can. It's really difficult to find a spot. Oh yeah, I also got this light, if it's not really helping much, but we're gonna figure it out here. It may take me a while, because like I said, this is my first time trying to use this like mounting system, and I kind of just threw it together in the last minute because I needed something to film with. So let me switch this guy around real quick, if you don't mind. You're getting a glimpse at my amazing camera work. I also don't know how long the battery is going to last. It's only at like 53%, and it was at like 70 a little while ago. So this is just like an aftermarket battery. It's not a GoPro branded battery, so it's not the best. But for now, we're gonna stick you guys right there. Let me go grab my stuff to dust with. We'll see how it looks on here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. If you guys can hear me well, I'm back. And I got my little Lego duster, some dusting brushes, which I'm gonna try and dust mostly with the brushes, more or less, so that you guys don't have to listen to the vacuum the whole time because it's a little bit loud on camera. Some people just got home, so you might hear a bunch of walking around upstairs and stuff, which is what that's from. I'm actually really enjoying the GoPro setup because I have a bunch more mounts and stuff for it rather than my phone, even though I just started using it. So let's start with this little guy over here. Use this brush, get as much as I can as possible off of there for now. I might have to vacuum a bit down here after dusting some of this stuff off because I'm mainly just using brushes, so it's kind of just getting everywhere. But that's what the Lego vacuum's for, so. Or I could just use this for the brushes for getting in spots that are hard to get with the vacuum, so maybe I'll just do a once over with the vacuum first, if you guys don't mind, and then get some of these nooks and crannies with the brushes. But so far I almost got this first like half modular building done, even just with the brushes. It's, I mean, dust free enough to work with now. There's not really a ton of dust on the insides because it's all blocked off, so that's good. There's a little bit more on this balcony back here, and as you can see, it's already kind of bunching up on the table and stuff, so I might have to switch over to the vacuum for the rest of these, just do a once over and then hit some of the problem areas with the brush. So yeah, let's try that. So this one is done enough for now. This will be the done spot. Ooh, that could be bad. But yeah, that's good enough for right now. It doesn't need to be perfect, but let's see how bad this sounds on camera. It should be charged because I do believe I charged it a bit last time. This one isn't too bad. I might just leave it. Go over with the brush real quick on this one because it's really not bad. But some of the ones that are way worse, like the diner over here, because it's one of the first ones I built. The Parisian restaurant over here is the first one that I built, so that's definitely going to need a vacuum, even though I think I've dusted it off before. But I have a lot of Lego and like almost never dust stuff, so yeah. Go check the battery percent. And I do have extra batteries charging, so if the stream like randomly cuts off, then it's probably because the battery died, and another stream might pop up with a fresh battery. So just in case something like that does happen. How many modulars do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. We got like 7 modulars here, and I have 2 more that are modular style buildings that I'm kind of working on. A good chunk, like almost done with the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then I'm gonna build the Daily Bugle next after that. So I'd like to incorporate all of them in the city, but I'm only using one table for the time being because we don't have enough space for any more. So, and I also might not have enough road plates for all of it. But we are gonna see. So, yeah. A lot of these aren't too bad. This one I've actually dusted off fairly recently, like within a couple months, and I've built it only like at the beginning of this year, so it's not that bad. I wanted to incorporate the Ninjago City Gardens, which is over there. You might not be able to see it, but I'm definitely not going to have space for it, especially if I do incorporate like the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum Sanctorum, which the Sanctum Sanctorum would be first in, but I would probably take that out, switch it for the Daily Bugle at some point, like when I finish that. So we're gonna call these three good enough for now, and this one we're gonna do next, which is definitely gonna need the vacuum. So I'm gonna move all these road plates and this guy with the charger and stuff and all my brushes to the ground, so I can pull the diner out and start the vacuum. So you're not going to be able to hear much for now, but yeah, wish me luck. Oh, okay, apparently the vacuum's dead, so we're sticking with the brushes. Apparently I forgot to charge the vacuum last time I used it, so we're just going to plug it in over here. So we're gonna set that right there for now and just stick with the brushes, eh? I do have a different duster that kind of blows instead of sucks. That was bad phrasing. But I don't want to use that one and get dust all over. Now if I had a big city, I'd kind of use it to pile the dust in one direction and then suck it up with a vacuum. This one is definitely going to need a lot more than just a brush to get all the dust off of it, but we can get the majority of it with the brush, which is good enough for me. Besides, you guys probably aren't going to be seeing it up close too much anyway, unless until I really start like modularizing, mills plating all of these, because I want to mills plate everything that's going in the city. So that means Daily Bugle and everything that's I'm currently building is going to have to be mills plated, even though I'm building it normal first to kind of do a review or something on it. Even though I don't think I've done a review on half of these sets, and I might go back and do it, but I'm not going to like demute mills plate it to do a review on it. So yeah, the roof here definitely isn't perfect. Might even need to take a couple pieces off and like actually clean them well at some point. Like there's a couple of them that are real dirty, like not just dust dirty, which is kind of annoying, and some pieces are actually starting to fall apart on this guy here, because it's one of the first ones that I built and has been sitting on a shelf for a long time. And I think I even dropped this one time when I was moving it. And if you see these little like dust bunnies and stuff flying on the ground and stuff, it's not a problem. I'll vacuum after the stream, like vacuum the floor and stuff, and suck all those guys right up. So yeah, like I said, it's just kind of a quick thing. And if you want to say something in chat, I am monitoring it, so if you want to say something in chat, like say hi or something, I can definitely respond, because I set up my GoPro so that I could use my my phone here to look at chat. So yeah, we'll call that one done for now. I might come back to it and like redust it a bit more, get into the nooks and crannies better when I start mills plating it. But other than that, I think we're fine on that one. It's good enough. Now let's move over to this other smaller guy, which is the other half of the bookshop. This is just like a little apartment building that came with it. I'm sure you guys know about it if you've ever seen the set itself before. Really great set. I wish they would do a whole series of like mini modulars like this that are just half base plates, like half the price, half the size. It'd make it much more accessible for more people to get into city building, and would be really nice for more awkward spots in cities and stuff that you can make where a full modular building might not fit. So you just like make a park or something, or you could just stick a mini modular building in there. It just allows a lot more freedom with it, which is why I really like the set. And with some other sets I might kind of do as Brixie did, make some mini modulars out of them. Like the creator, like noodle shop and stuff, I could mills plate, double the size and stuff, like make it a 16 by 32 or something, just something interesting that we could do. But yeah, overall I'm really excited that I'm finally kind of building the city. I've wanted to do it for a long time. I've made a few little small like displays and stuff, but never a city as good as this. Well, as good as I'm hoping it's gonna be. But if you would like, tell me some suggestions for Lego Star Wars MOCs and stuff that I should build, because I have not figured out what to do for Mini Mock Monday. I'm thinking another thing from the Star Wars book that I've been reading, which is Clone Wars Wild Space. It's pretty good. Not the, definitely not like any award-winning book or anything, but it's a really fun story and stuff about the Clone Wars. You get to see some of the decisions made in the series, like the Clone Wars series. You can kind of see some of the background behind some of the decisions and stuff. I made one mock of it before, which was the Obi-Wan Kenobi, like almost dying thing. Oh, there's my drink. But if you have any suggestions, I would definitely like them. Just dusting off this car here, which goes to the diner. Need some thicker bristled guy in here. Oof, even the wheels. Even the bottom of the wheels are dirty. Just kind of how wheels work, I guess, right? They're touching everything, so they're going to be probably one of the dirtiest parts of the car, I'd imagine. But yeah, I always thought this was a really neat little car with the diner. I think we'll set it aside though, along with the little scooter here, because of this, because we're not going to be placing vehicles in quite yet, and especially it'll be especially annoying when I have to go through a mills plate and just vehicles sitting around all over. So we'll stick this guy on the thing here, and it's just kind of stick his helmet next to him. Let's just set it in the back of that car there. So yeah, let's go move on to one of my very few corner modular buildings over here, which is the garage, which is extremely dusty, like very dusty. So I'll definitely have to vacuum after this. So yeah. So this is definitely a fun stream. I wanted to start streaming again maybe. It won't be very consistent. It'll probably just be random city stuff here and there, or like updates on that. I doubt I'll really be building many sets per se on the stream. Maybe some like road play sets and stuff like that, or some custom stuff that I want to add to the city. Hi. But yeah, other than that, mainly just gonna be city work. Most of these modular buildings I might have to take off the table for now too, after I'm done dusting it all, just to figure out the layout, because I'll probably do that before I start mills plating anything, because to start mills plating stuff I have to go get pieces and leave for a minute, which is not that bad. It's just plates and bricks, and then I might also have to pull up a video to see what the mills plate looks like on the inside, so that I can get some good strength, especially for there's some stuff that's kind of stuck to these modular buildings, which isn't great. But yeah, just kind of getting a rough dusting of these. I can go back and really detail it up and stuff and fix it later. And especially when I mills plate it, it's not gonna be sure, you can see a building closer. You've seen all these buildings before, but they're just the basic Lego kit modular buildings and stuff. We're just kind of dusting them up right now. This one is about dusted good enough for me, because I do not dust stuff very much, and when I do, it's just going to be real shoddy. So, and that's all it needs to be, because like I said, eventually I can go through and thoroughly dust it all, but that's not very entertaining. So at that point I'd probably just put like a video on and really get in, dust it all real good, just kind of doing a basic job here, polishing it up a bit and calling it good. Like, that's all I'm gonna do for that garage right there. And I might set a couple of these on the ground, although I don't really want to, because I might step on them. I'll just kind of, whoops, that was my rear plates. There we go. Now we got a little bit more space. Uh-oh. That battery is already in the yellow. And I'll tell you guys when it hits red, because when it hits red, the stream might just randomly end, because I think if I switch out a battery, it's gonna end too, probably. So this might be a short stream, or I can run and grab my cord. It's gonna have to be a different angle, but I can grab a cord for it. It's very short though. Okay, I'm back. Got a cord. It is extremely short, so I'm gonna have to move you guys up a peg. It's a bit darker up there, but at least I can keep my camera charged up. So let me. Ooh, that might even not be far enough. Okay, maybe we're switching angles. Maybe that's the play. Why don't we set you guys up here? That's an interesting angle. And then switch that out with a vacuum. Okay, we didn't trip a circuit. But it's not saying that it's charging. It very well could be charging. I gotta check the other side. Let me check to make sure it's charging here. It does not seem to be. Okay, we're just gonna leave it plugged in even if it's not charging. But I'll figure that out later. And I'll charge up the other battery. So if this stream ends, then it ends. And I'll just switch out the battery I'll just switch out the battery and we'll come back to it. The Parisian restaurant here is extremely dusty. It's the first modular building I ever built, actually, and there's just chunks falling off of it. So that's nice. Yeah. Oops. And I did fully fix the Eiffel Tower a while ago, in case any of you didn't know. But that is that's very good because it was broke for the longest time. I feel like there's a piece that's supposed to go there, but I don't know where it is, so I'll have to just deal with it later. For now, we're just doing a extremely rough job. So then we can just stick everything together. I'll probably make like a line right there, and maybe just a line on the other side for now, and open up those road plates and see how far it gets us. I'll make it more interesting as time goes on. Like I could use a corner building and have a little jut off on either side there and make that like a curve, and then another corner building there and a line there. But I don't have enough buildings to fill out the other side, which I can use my whatchamacallit for the other buildings I'm kind of working on. So it might actually be good that we have extra buildings, because also the thing with this guy is it's extra long. It's a I think it's 1.5 base plates long. So yeah, it's kind of like an awkward length, which is also why I really like these half modular buildings, because I can use those to help that out. So that's a good thing at least. And I know in August we're going to try to go to the Lego store, so I can, at that point I'll probably get some more road plates. And I can't remember what modular buildings are out now, but if there's one in my price range, I might grab it. That I don't have, of course, because I don't need multiples of all of these modular buildings. So I'm not at the point where I'm using mocked up instructions for stuff. So I'll have to check if any of them that are out now there's any that I don't have that are out now. And we just finished building the A-frame cabin. So if we need to, we can add a small nature area or something and add in like that cabin and stuff, which could be really cool. I just don't think it would flow very well with the city here. Wow, that is a very nasty pole. Also, when we go in August, I'm going to try and get a bunch of light pole posts because I saw that they're on the pad wall right now, and the closest one to us is pretty far away, so we can only go once or twice a year. But if they have those light posts still, which I'm sure they do because they usually like have almost the same thing all the time, so they should have it, hopefully. I will definitely nab a pickwick cup full of that stuff for this city, because it'd just be nice to have some more light posts, because there's one on the end of every modular building. I'm just gonna like I said, I'll just vacuum the floor real quick here of this dust after the stream is done. How are we on battery? Still looking low, so I do not think it's charging. So like I said before, the stream might just randomly die, and that's just gonna be it for now. I'm gonna have to grab a fresh battery, so I'm just gonna grab the batteries real quick. The funny thing is I didn't plan ahead, so most of these aren't charged, which is very nice. So most of these are more or less dead. I think the other highest one was at like 30% or something like that. No, 50. The other highest was like 54%. But this one here, the boutique hotel, doesn't need much dusting, as it's the most recent one that I built, so there's not really much dust on it. It was in a fairly clean place. Like, most of the stuff took months upon months to gather any dust, really, like a year or more, some of these. But yeah, this one's really not bad. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, now we're gonna try and find a quick layout. So I'm gonna put these brushes away and grab a knife because I need to open those boxes. Okay, we got the knife, and I'm gonna grab these boxes and open them. These roads will be a little bit wider then they are like that because I'm going to use the Brixie like instructions or whatever to widen them, but I just at least want to open these for now. I might not build them, I might just put the road plates and junk in here. Just like empty them into there for now. But that'll be good enough for now, and then we'll just kind of work out a design. Wow, that is really low. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna try something. What is that? Okay, I'm gonna try and plug this in one more time. It says 16%. So I know you're seeing all these wires back here. That's Let me flip that over, put it in. Okay, we're gonna try it. It's not showing that it's charging, but it's not showing that it's dying just yet. So we're gonna leave it there and hope that it just doesn't die. So for now, I think I'm just gonna like dump this stuff in here. Maybe I'll put some of this stuff together, but yeah, I'll put some of this stuff together right now. I am going to grab this chair and sit on it because I feel like it. We're going to use the chair to sit down, which is magical. That's some science. Okay. Let me set this aside, even though nobody's really commenting or anything, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're going to use this stuff to build up some of these road plates. I know I'm going to have to take apart most of it to Mills plate it all, but some of the things like these lampposts and green bits and stuff I can actually just use for Mills plating. So that's extremely useful. I'm just going to pour it all into one big pile. Because that sounds like it's the right thing to do. Stick it all in this box. And I'm just setting all these road plates and stuff over here for now. I only have 3 things of them, which might not be enough to make this city. But like I said, we are going to the Lego store in August, so that should definitely help, and I can get another pack or 2 of these road plates probably while I'm there. Or I could mix and match with some of the older road plates, but these already have sidewalks and there's space to build sidewalks on the old road plates. And then that would also diminish the whole value of Mills plating everything. So I might use these roads for the most part. But at some point, if I do expand this city somehow, I might have to switch over to some of those, make like a gradient, and build down to them. So, yeah. I'm just gonna do these guys in like sections of 2. And put these stripped boys down the center. I'm just gonna do them in sections of 2 like this for now. guys on the little speed bumps on either side of this one. Although part of me wants to make the road double wide at some point for like a main street, and just have the almost like, so have the lane going down the center, have like extra wide lanes and parking down the sides. I think that'd be really cool, and I might try it for like one street. It sounds incredibly expensive, and well, I don't exactly have a ton of money, so I don't know if I can afford to do that, but I can try. And I'm just gonna kind of go here until all these tiles are gone, and then I'm just gonna mimic the smaller builds and stuff on the from the one that I already have built up. And these little ramps I'm probably not gonna end up using unless I do that gradient eventually, if I ever expand the city. It comes with a lot of these stupid slopes that I'm never gonna use. Maybe I'll find a use for them someday in like a parking lot of some sort, which I would like to do, but of course, because this is so small, I might not have the space for it. I could do a small little like parking lot mock type thing. That could be neat, but like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have the pieces for it. But that would be really neat because the city is so small, and I might have trouble finding where I should fit these modulars, because like this one might throw one side off of the other if I do like a dual side, so I could do half a base plate of parking on one side, so just like a handful of parking spaces. It wouldn't be much, but it would be enough to just have a few parking spaces, a little like entrance, and a couple parking spaces. I could make some custom signs that are like temporary parking and stuff. Now that could be pretty dang neat. But yeah, just something to throw out, because you know, in like smaller cities and towns and stuff, there's like touristy towns and stuff, there's usually a handful of small like parking lots and stuff, so I could just make a half base plate thing, or I could do a 1.5 base plate parking lot that could just be a like massive parking lot. That would be very big, but it would be extremely cool. I am just going to use these guys until I run out. And any extra pieces, I think I'm just going to toss in this bin, because it's just going to be all road plate stuff. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of extra plating here, I can tell that. But I'm just going to stick these guys on the edges to connect eventually to like a really long roadway. And at some point I might take all these things, like I'm gonna build them maybe. Like, let me pull all these guys out. Like, I'm gonna build them, but I might just end up tearing them apart at some point to, you know, save on space and use like these plates and stuff for mills plating stuff eventually. if anybody has any ideas for what I should build for Mini Mock Monday, that would be appreciated, because I have no idea what to build tomorrow. And that is a fact. Because yeah, I got nothing. I know that it's gonna be Star Wars, maybe something related to that book that I talked about earlier, Wild Space, which has a couple scenes that I'd like to build, but I don't know if I have the capability of building Lego tornadoes at the moment. Although that would be super friggin' cool, I do not know if I can do that at the moment. But because there's this one scene where like Obi-Wan and Senator Organa are walking across this Sith planet, and there's like dust devils in the background and like a red tinted sky and stuff. It's really freaking cool. But I don't know if I could quite capture that scene very well right at the moment in Lego. But yeah, I don't know how this turned into a Lego set building stream, but it kind of did, didn't it? Although I'm just kind of building the parts of a set and tossing them off to the side because reasons. But there's a lot of cool signs in this. Like there's some walking like street signs, if you can see that. And then there's like signs that say 50 on them, kind of use that as like a speed limit sign or something. But you get a lot of nice pieces in this set, which makes me happy. So I'm gonna toss those three sides. Well, I got them all. I wish they'd make a couple more of these that were like just these main road plates and no other things, like maybe a traffic, like a couple of these street lights, which I don't know if I'm going to use in my city because these modular buildings have street lights on them already. So I don't know if I'll use them, to be fair. So I don't know. But they are cool, and I'll probably keep them built, maybe use them for like some back road type thing if I ever get to building something like that. I'll probably keep them built, to be fair. But yeah, they do have some nice pieces on them, being the glow in the dark 1x2s and some 1x4 solar panel plates, so it is possible in the future I could harvest them for that. But I don't know. Right now I'm just kind of building up some of these flowers and stuff, if you can tell. It is kind of a weird angle up there. Luckily it's not dead yet. I should actually check to see what it's sitting at. Right now I'm surprised it hasn't gotten closer to dying yet from the looks of it. Okay, it's at 9%. Never mind. It is getting closer and closer to death by the second. But if it dies, I'll switch out the battery as fast as I can and try and restart the stream. So, if you will, stick around. If not, I get it. But I will I will be trying to restart the stream and get it back started up with a fresh battery. So that charging it isn't really working all that well. Since that's the case, I'm gonna switch the charger back over to the batteries themselves. Wow, my GoPro is actually starting to get a little bit warm after filming for an hour. But yeah, it's very nice. I just knocked all my brushes over. Yay. So let me snag all of these guys. And while I am building all this stuff up, like I said, I will most likely just be tearing it all back apart to harvest for its pieces. I do not have a favorite building. Well, maybe the Parisian restaurant. You can't quite see it. You can kind of see it on the screen. It's that one over there. Maybe that one just because it's my first one. But I am partial to the bookstore because it's the only modular building that I know of that's divided into those 32 by 16s, which is very cool and definitely adds a bit more modularity to your modular buildings because it's small and you can kind of stick it anywhere really. So that's just really cool, I'd say. Apparently, I forgot to use speed limit signs. So I'm just gonna pop these guys on. I may just end up tossing these speed limit signs just in there. At least I think that's what they're supposed to be. Toss those guys in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There should be a fourth one. Oh, yep, there it is. Now I'm just gonna build up these lampposts here. Which is actually, there's quite a lot of these lampposts, not gonna lie. There's, each one has 2, so I'm gonna have 6 lampposts and 6 of the stoplights. So that's quite a bit. So that'll be kind of neat to have. Let me place all these guys on here. I'm not going to be very perfect about these because, well, like I've been saying the entire time, they're probably gonna get knocked over and just tossed aside. Like these trees, I'll toss in here for now. I'll probably go through some of this stuff later after the stream, but yeah. just going to toss all the extra pieces and stuff in here, even though I'm probably going to go through them and take all that out and sort it into our parts inventory to use for future builds and stuff, like those trees especially. Those ones will definitely get sorted out into random stuff. So, yeah. As you can see, there's not a lot to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of building the same thing over and over again. At least for now, because I gotta build these stoplights next, which are gonna be a bit of a pain, even though I only have to build like 4 of them. They're indeed going to be kind of annoying, just because there's, I mean, a decent amount of pieces to them. Anyway, time to replicate these stoplights. I'm just going to build it in steps, so I'm just going to put all of these things kind of together, and then I'm going to add, actually it won't be too bad, there's not many pieces to it. So, that's good at least, there's not tons to it. There's a bunch of these 1x4s as extra to go along the edges of that, which I'm not even going to bother putting on because I'm pretty sure to do something special with those. I don't think I need them for the Brixie thing, and if for the roof plates, and if I do, I can always just fish more out. They're a dime a dozen. They're in like every other set, so we have quite the collection of them, don't we? So after this, that GoPro, I'll probably switch out the battery after I'm done with this, and then we might go on for a bit longer, seeing how difficult it is to mills plate one of those smaller 16x32s. It shouldn't be too hard, I wouldn't think, because I just kind of got to transfer the bottom layer of stuff onto it, which I can just take off and put it directly onto it in the same spot. And then, yeah, it shouldn't be too terrible. But now that we got all our road plates put together, I'm not gonna lay them out right now, since I don't even really have a layout. Haven't even decided on a layout yet. So, set these instruction booklets on top to also be sorted out later. Now I'm gonna switch out the battery and probably have to restart this stream. So, see y'all in a second, because I don't think it's gonna like me very much when I take out the battery here to switch it. So it's probably going to die on me, and then I'll be back in a couple minutes. So yeah.